Liu am I surnamed, and all in the village call me Grandpa Liu. Apologize I must. Recent years have not been kind. I have not even the tea to treat you to as guests. The Adepti will certainly not be satisfied with the tea ceremony this year. Huh. Grandpa Liu, the stuff right by you, aren't those tea leaves? Oh, the quality is far too lacking. How could I possibly serve such things to my guests? Speaking honestly, we are waiting for someone from the Feiyun Commerce Guild, for we must discuss with them the tea leaf problem. They are our biggest customers, after all. The crux of the matter is that this batch of tea is simply unsatisfactory. Whether it be in the terms of taste or quantity, this is an open secret among all tea merchants. Old Luo, the village chief, has also decided that no tea may be sold until the quality problem is solved. I have heard tell that the young master of the Commerce Guild is exceptionally smart and skilled. If he has caught wind that this year's tea harvest is lacking in both quality and quantity, I thought he would come in person, or if not, send someone here. So here I wait. Anyway, the problem with the tea leaves, I believe it lies with the soil. A problem with the soil? Oh, indeed. I lived here my whole life and worked with tea since I was but a wee lad, and I can notice problems that others may miss. As I see it, and may Adeptus Fusion bless us, it must be an imbalance in our soil and water. Adeptus Fusion? Oh, so you also heard the tale. That's quite rare. Even among locals, few remember. Many, many years ago, Koyin village was nothing but a barren hill. Terrifying demons dwelt there, and it was all thanks to Adeptus Fusion that the demons were defeated and tea trees were planted, allowing our ancestors to come live here. But if it's really a problem with the water and soil, then I don't know what we can do about it. Actually, that's exactly what we've been asked to come and investigate, bro. Oh, so does that mean you believe me, young master? Oh, yes, I believe you. Is that so? Then that makes things much easier. Come, I'll bring the tea leaf samples, and let's go have a talk with old Luo. Something's wrong, huh, Grandpa Liu? Young master and young lady, if it isn't too much trouble, could you pretend you are from the Feiyun Commerce Guild when we were meeting with old Luo? Village Chief Luo is a good person, but how to put this? He puts more trust in machines, cultivation techniques, fertilizers, and things like that. I mentioned an imbalance in the soil and water before, and we parted on bad terms, but if it was the young master of the Feiyun Commerce Guild, I guess I'll give it a try. Doesn't seem like a good plan to Paimon. Don't worry, even if he sees through it, it's nobody's idea but mine. None of the blame shall fall on you. Let's go. I'm liking this quest so far. It's not that bad. It's pretty cool. I might even upload it to YouTube after if it's that cool of a quest line. Go to the tea making workshop. Got you, bro. I got you, bro. That's a good waypoint. I like that. That's beautiful. Can I push the dog in the water? No, I'm kidding. I won't do that. What's up, bro? Let's go see what this challenge is. Out of my way, ducks. Collect 10 geoparticles within 45 seconds. That's easy. Let's go. Can't be stopped. You can't get me to get off my Xbox. Remember Brycei? He was on one, bro. Bro thought he was a rapper. Yo, what's good, G? Oh, okay. Hey, almost. I know what to do though. I should use a bow character, but am I? No. Those are for scrubs. Hey, join Yoshi. You can join the world if you want. I got the statue of sevens. I figured you were at the banter when I told you to join, and you didn't join. Whoa, whoa, okay, this way. Hey, no worries, Yoshi. Okay, where are you? Right here. Uncle Leo, this batch still isn't any good. They're not fragrant enough when you dry them, and they get so dry and brittle that you can't even put them in the roller. Even the ones that survive the secondary processes come out the other end a complete disaster. Are you sure it isn't a problem with the machine? Are you sure you haven't forgotten how to operate it? What a thing to say. How could we dare to be careless with you looking over our shoulders? How could you indeed? It's Grandpa Lou. Jin, get back to work, and this respectable looking young man is... I am the one who comes to the aid of the oppressed in their moment of need, a disciple of the Gahua. What the hell? And you even proclaim yourself a member of the Gahua clan? This is the young master of the Feiyun Commerce Guild. He really likes reading wandering hero novels for fun. And the landscape of the Chenyu Vale is filled with a mysterious mystique. It must have gone to its head. This is my servant. It'll suffice to call her Mini Pie. I'm wet. I almost shared the stream instead of creating a clip. Oh, in that case, welcome, welcome. A guest like you is a rare treat indeed. We have been quite reliant on the assistance of the Commerce Guild for many a year, but as for what's happened this year, I suspect you have already heard about it. What's wrong? You're looking pretty miserable. Did Jin mess up at work again? You're old, mocking me again, uh-huh. My apologies, dear guests. Normally I would invite guests from afar to sample our new teas, but this year's batch, well, you know. No tea, are you seriously going to let me, the young master? The young master is indeed very concerned about the tea leaves, and is here to see if there's anything that can be done to help. So, Chief Luo, there's no need to be so tied up with formalities. Very well. To tell the truth, this batch of tea leaves is no good either. This can't be dried, and I can't tell if they're bad when they're picked, or if it's a problem with the machine in our workshop. How's that difficult? Why not just use some of the older leaves you have in stock and see if the product you get from drying them is any different? If the product is normal, then you'll know if it isn't a problem with the machine. Seriously? I've told you before, forget it. As we have important guests present, then we'll give your method a try. Jin, do we have any fresh tea leaves remaining from older batches? Oh yeah, there's some in the warehouses. What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, good one. We've been talking here for a good long while now, and you weren't listening to a single word, were you? Okay, go fetch some of the older batches and process it along with some of the newer stuff that Grandpa Lou brought using the machine. Don't you dare skip a single step. I'll be watching you. After a bit, Jin brings back 2 batches of freshly dried tea. Oh, okay. How about this? I see our 2 guests are quite young. They might prefer snacks to tea tasting. Why not turn these 2 batches into tea cakes? The quality of each will be evident with a single taste. What do you think, old Leo? Agreed. We'll just do that, Jin. Listen up. Take these 2 batches of tea leaves and make them into 2 different tea cakes. 1 cake from each batch. Don't you dare get even a single leaf mixed up. Yes, sir, Uncle Leo. You want me to mix them all into 1 cake? Oh, 4. I can't even. Yeah, sorry for the long wait. We got both tea cakes here. Let's try them one at a time, shall we? Well, how's it taste? The first one tasted a bit strange, but the second one was delicious. I agree. Tea cakes made from the tea we had in stock taste fine. Alright, you win. So according to you, the tea processing machinery is fine. In other words, the problem is with the tea itself. This new batch of tea is just not as good as before. So the water and soil, but perhaps it's the cauldron that's the problem. It's old and in disrepair, which must have offended the Adeptus, causing the tea to deteriorate. No, it's the soil and the water. It's the elements that nourish the soil. Enough. Let's get that technician in charge of the tea cauldron in here first. It's that Fontanian, the one from the Fontaine Research Institute. Hot, what was it again? Name such a pain to pronounce. Jin, go get there. Get her if you would. Where's Jin? Just where did that lazy loafer abscond to this time? That brainless nitwit. I was going to have him go to Yilwon Wharf and search for a technician. Would you specifically need someone from Fontaine to fix it? Well, whether in Liyue or Fontaine, most things powered by elemental energy work on more or less the same principles, yeah? If a Fontainian engineer can fix it, so can our thaumaturges. It just so happens that this Miss Haute Moon Nante likes to travel around Liyue, passes through here every so often, and loves to offer her services. So as for this round of tea cauldron maintenance, well, let's just leave it to her. So you see, honored guests, I'm really sorry, but I need to trouble you to go to the E1 Wharf and find our technician, Miss Haute Moon Tanye. It's more likely that not she found herself a show there that she can tear her eyes off of. How could you possibly dare to ask our guests to do such a thing? Oh, Luo, you misunderstand me. Our honored guest already has business to attend to at Liyue Wharf, and it would just be passing along a message on their way. It's nothing really. Is that so? Is that so? It would seem so. I'm truly sorry. Then if you would, honored guest, old Lu, I'll leave it to you to accompany them. Aya, thanks for your hard work. You scared old Luo so much he was jumping at his own shadow. You mentioned earlier that you're here to investigate the water and soil, right? Best you head over to Yilwon Wharf. Then it isn't far from the headwaters, and there are ruins left by the Adepti along the way. So if you're looking for clues, there's your best bet. As for passing a message to the Haute Moon Tanye, well, let's please lend a hand, would you? Give old Luo some peace of mind so he doesn't worry himself to death. Even Mini Pie can handle things so trivial. Why are you still acting? The show's over, and what's with the calling Paimon Mini Pie anyway? It doesn't make sense. Anyway, just leave it to us. You can rest easy, Grandpa Lu. Such great kids you are. Really great kids. Oh right, I noticed that you two really enjoy the tea cake. Why don't I teach you the recipe? Next time you come buy some quality tea leaves, you'll be able to make some for yourself. In any case, safe travels, be careful on mountain paths, and mind you don't slip. Hey, we got a new recipe. Sweet, bro. Fuck yeah. So now we just leave the village? Alright. That was a nice little adventure. Is that just the quest? That can't just be the quest, right? It's a golden carp. Yeah, there is more. Hell yeah, bro. There they go. She bunny hopped up there.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Nice and spicy. Let's get it on. Gloves off.
Ooh, I see a travel point. That's dope. I love that, bro. I don't even know what I did, bro. I did that, bro. Fuck yeah. Cunnilingus Paimon, you two are indeed brilliant, as expected. Upon seeing my dissipated adeptal energy, you immediately understood the situation. Of course, we're super duper experienced adventurers, you know? Still, why didn't you say anything sooner? You didn't just forget, did you? About that. Should not the path of the Adepti be full of challenges? 'Tis merely a test of your wisdom. Call me the master test taker then. Speaking of which is the problem with the soil and water you mentioned before? Grandpa Lou was also sure that this was beyond the deteriorating quality of the tea leaves. Yes, you too have seen Koyon Village. Should the quality and the quantity of tea leaves continue to decline, so will the village, until finally, in the years to come, it degenerates back into what it was a millennia before. A desolate mountain forest. You sure that isn't a hyperbole? It is true. The Lord of Geo would not stand idly by as disaster befell. Were the sky to collapse, the conqueror of demons and other adepti would do their utmost to support it. Should the waters under Yuan Wharf breach the dikes and flood, Liyue Harbor would aid the villagers. But without the tea, this stretch of mountains would, or Koyon village, rather, would lose its very reason to exist in human eyes. That makes sense when you put it like that. Paimon understands. So, are you two willing to help me correct the imbalance in the water and soil? What do you say, Mini Pie? Who the hell is Mini Pie? Never heard the name before. But Paimon wants to help Adeptus Fujin in Koyon Village when she thinks about such delicious tea cakes being lost forever just because there's no good tea. It'd be a big shame, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's excellent. Your willingness to is commendable, and one is quite grateful to you both. Now back to business. When it comes to how you resolve the disharmony in the soil and water, one is indeed well aware of what to do. First, you two must go up against the currents and seek the jade treasures thrown into the waters. In the end, we must perform the ancient rain jade rite once more, dispelling the miasma that has settled over the mountains and fields into the rivers and restoring the water veins and soil. Okay, got it. But just how do we do that? Adeptus Fusion, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. As for the ritual, it's still a bit early for that. Well then, we'll see each other later. And she's gone. According to her, we need to go against the current. That just means upstream, right? Hey, that's the same direction as the Yuan Wharf. Let's go. Got me some water.
Now, how about that? Buckle up! Ha!
Cool it.
Let's dance.
Don't get frostbite. Freeze.
Oh, nice and spicy.
Dodge this.
Let's get it on! Hi! Look alive! Ha!
Freeze.
Eat this!
Dodge this. Oh, so sorry.
Hi! Yeah!
Cool it.
You asked for it!
And there we go. That's a beautiful fucking city. Holy shit, dude.
Race you.
Though I don't understand it in the least, I still think it's amazing. Just watching her stand there singing or sing while walking around. Or sing while sitting and then sing while she lifts her hand and slowly lets it fall. All the while ceaselessly singing. I really don't know just what kind of magical powers the old lady has. Babbling and chatting, singing and reciting and crying. I haven't got a clue what she's saying, but it's amazing. Little Mao, can you understand? That's just how opera singing is. And weren't there fight scenes later? There's that old dude who could do 88 flips and tricks. Riveting stuff. Oh my god, it was quite exuberant. Yeah, it's great. It's just a shame that I don't understand a thing. A whole bunch of people fighting and jumping all over the place, all super flashy and such. One-on-one, several, all fighting each other. 5 or 6 taking turns. It's just almost addictive. Hello! We're looking for a tactician from Fontaine. Chief Luo and Grandpa Liu said. What name did they give us again? Oh, Moon Tanye. Yep, sounds like Grandpa Liu sent you alright. Just call me Hatamatande. I'm a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute. I am but one who comes to the aid of the oppressed in their moment of need, a disciple of the Gahua. What do you mean? You're from the Gahua clan. Alright, so here's the Conowingus and Paimon's Paimon. It was Grandpa Liu who sent us looking for you. Ignore this man. He has brain damage. Yes, I do. Mr. Conowingus, Miss Paimon, hello. I'm Little Mao, a friend of mountains. Oh, the mountain, huh? Do you know the boulder? The boulder! Yes, that's what my name means, Hatamatande. I can be a bit hard to pronounce, so I asked Little Mao to just call me that. Really? Quite the interesting pair. How did you two meet? It was quite fortuitous. Last year I went to the mountains in the south for a spell and got lost in a fog. A huge beast the size of a cow, Etienne Lewis, was glaring at me. A little kid suddenly shouted at me. I followed the sound through the mist and I got out and was saved. Otherwise I would have been eaten just like that. And my family in Fontaine would have even been able to claim compensation on my account. Hee hee hee. I know more about what goes on in these mountains than the grown-ups. Is that so? You're amazing, Little Mao. Hatamantange, Grandpa Liu and Chief Liu are looking for you. Alright, got it. I'll be there in a jiffy. Sigh. All the shows here are just too good. I ended up watching several, one right after the other, and now my legs have fallen asleep. But I just can't understand a word. What sorts of stories are they telling? It's about how way back when, a huge carp and a monster from the mountains fought. You kill me, I kill you story. In the end, everyone died. That's a pretty concise summary, but don't talk about killing and dying so much, Little Mao. If you think about that kind of stuff too often, you might become the villain when you grow up. Since those in Koyon village are waiting on me, it's time to go. See you all later. Let's go watch the shows here again when you're about to head back to Fontaine. You look like you belong in Peter Pan. Okay, now that we solved the puzzle, we get back to business. Little Mao, how about you? What are you two going to do? Huh? To be honest, we're not quite sure how to explain it. The water and soil in Chenyu and Vale are quite kinda out of whack, and we need to cure them for everything in Chenyu and Vale to get better. I get it. Miss Paimon is trying to say that we need to restore nature. Hey, that's right. You're really amazing, little Mal. You got it right away. Restoring nature, you say. Did someone talk to you about that? That's right. A friend who always taken care of me told me. She wants to restore nature too. If we restore nature, everything will get better. So I want to help too. She also told me about you two. Oh, so you've seen her too. Huh? You mean my friend? Of course, silly Miss Paimon. How could we be friends if I'd never seen her? Fair point. That makes things easier. Actually, we want to... Paimon remembers we need to find the jade treasures in the water and then do some rain jade right. But even though we're coming upstream, we still haven't found any clues. Oh, I know. Come with me. I'll show you where to look. What? Is it really that easy? Little Mal, your friend wants to restore nature, right? Yeah, she's told me a lot, such as stories from before Koyan Village became Koyan Village, and how the tea trees came to be, and more. She said that things will get worse and worse in Chenyu Vale if the natural order isn't restored. Oh, looks like we're on the same page then. Little Mal, you just said you could find leads, right? Yeah. I don't know if it'll help, but when you mentioned jade treasures and rain jade and stuff, I just thought of it. Come with me. Yep, let's go. Ooh, nice primo. Here we are. There's a cavern beyond this waterfall. Try not to get soaked. You might catch a cold. Yeah, it's blocked off. Oh, how about you give that adeptal energy a go? That's cool. Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah. This is it. It's the clue I wanted to show you before, right here, in plain sight. What on Tevat is that? It's so covered in moss that Paimon can't make heads or tails of it. Yeah, there wasn't any moss the last time I came here. No need to worry, little Mal. It's so humid here that it's no wonder there's moss growing everywhere. There must be a way to clear it away. That's dope. Look, Cunnilingus, look. It's a scene of ancient people attending a festival and performing a ritual. Pretty different from the festivals we have today, huh? Although the grown-ups in the city and the village all say that the Lord of Geo was the first to arrive at Chenyu Vale, I've heard that the people in the picture actually got here even earlier than he did. People back then used to throw bits of magic jade into the river, and they flowed along until they sank to the bottom. They saw it as a way to guarantee good weather, prevent the river from flooding, and ensure that the soil would be fertile. Based on what we previously discussed, I'm guessing that the Chenyu Vale will only be fixed after we found some jade that was thrown into the river in ancient times. That makes sense, doesn't it? Wow, you're so knowledgeable. Was your friend also the one who told you these stories? You rule, little Mal. That's first class guide material right there. Yeah, bruh. Fuck yeah. Don't let the haters talk down to you. Little Mal's a local, so of course he understands this place better than others. Yep, and everyone will be really blessed and live happily ever after and all that good shit. Hee hee, but I much prefer hearing her stories about ancient wars and battles. She told me that the warriors back then were all giants who were over 10 feet tall. The warriors of Chenyu Vale were covered in tattoos, and they had these massive jade axes that could chop a person in half in the blink of an eye. And the Millelith, led by none other than the Lord of Geo himself, were even tougher. They clad themselves in suits of armor that weighed over 1,000 pounds and fought with 100-pound spears. Apparently everyone was at war back then, so much so that the Bishui River turned crimson. Later on, the mountains to the south became full of ghosts from that era. Even now, those who wandered through the mountains might still be able to catch their singing on the wind. Whoa, yikes, scary stuff. Cover your ears, Mini Pie. Who's Mini Pie? Hata Montage's right through. If you constantly think about this stuff, you'll turn into a villain when you're older. There's no way grown-ups would tell us these stories. They're always saying we're too young to hear them, that they'll turn us rotten, and stuff like that. But I'm old enough already. Hearing a story is not going to turn me into a monster. Besides, there's aren't many adults still around who do stories anyway. If my friend hadn't told me, I wouldn't even know the stories about this picture. Might take a break from this quest in a bit. Because I want to voice act it all, but goddamn. Besides, there aren't many adults still around who know these stories anyways. If my friend hadn't told me, I wouldn't even known the stories about this picture. Okay, fine then. Guess we'll move on. So the grown-ups were right to say that those ancient people threw the jade into the river from somewhere high up, but where exactly? Where did all the jade float off to? Well, it must have sunk to the bottom, right? It's not that simple. If it was thrown in somewhere upriver, and even if it sank to the bottom, it would still be pushed downriver by the current, let alone after so many years. Besides, I never heard talk of any ancient ritual jade being found upriver. Chenyu Vale is a small place after all. If there had been such rumors, everyone would already know about them. You know so much. You're future scholar material for sure, bro. Nah, I'll push through. I'll persevere. I'll finish this quest line. But what if I don't want to be a scholar? They don't earn much mora, and it sounds like no fun. Then become a traveler, just like us. What would be more fun than adventuring around the world? Seeing as we now know the side of the rain jade right, what should we do next? Let's observe how the river flows. If we want to see how the river flows, maybe it would be a good idea to try to watchtower over at Yilong Wharf. You're a clever one, Miss Paimon. Of course. Let's head out. Alright, let's go. Look, from up here, you can clearly see how the water moves faster through those narrows, then slows down again as the river widens out. The jade must have stopped right there. We should find what we're looking for. Wow, you're such a real whiz kid. Paimon's been wondering though. What's that massive thing in the distance? That huge thing is the Jade Mouth, a legendary jade ring that an Adeptus threw into the water. Oh, but the river curves around there, so the current should actually speed up. But the river gradually gets wider there. Yeah, so the rapid flow around the bend might have resulted in things being deposited along the Kovacs bank where it widens, so there's actually a good chance that the jade is at the bottom of the river somewhere around the Jade Mouth. Of course, that's assuming that the course of the river hadn't been artificially altered. Not to mention, there's a fisherman's legend that goes something like, "Jade shall rise from sunken mouth," or something like that. Anyway, let's go over and take a look around first. Compared to Little Mal, Paimon feels like she's completely out of her depth. It's because my friend is amazing. She knows everything there is to know about the mountains, and she's taught me loads too. That's how I've learned so much. Sorry, Paimon, you just need better friends. He's way ahead of you, bro. That's not what I meant. I mean, you unblocked the cave and got rid of that moss in a flash after all, and I have no idea how you even did that. I'm just kidding. Don't overthink it, kid. Yeah, you're overthinking it, bro. Chill. Whatever the case, let's go down and get on a bamboo raft. I'm down. Yeah, Jade Mouth, here we come. Waboosh. Someone's coming aboard? Wait, is that Little Mal? Come, I'll take you. Alright, boatman, take us to the Jade Mouth. Alright, Jade Mouth it is. The other two, you're tourists, right? Well, if you're here for sightseeing, there's not many locals who head that way. You could say that, Mr. Boatman. Are there any stories about the Jade Mouth that I haven't heard before? Knowing you and how much you love your stories, kiddo, you must have heard them all by now. Tell me more, tell me more. Okay, alright then. Well, I've heard it mentioned that the Jade Mouth was left behind by Rex Lapis. Then he marched through here to save the people of Chenyu and Vale. Legend has it that to prevent a naval advance from downstream, the local Adepti... You're making it up as you go again, Gramps. There's no way that Liyue's navy came up this river. I've heard that the Jade Mouth was formed by a piece of jade left behind by a giant carp. In those days, a baddie god tried to redirect the river to drown the Minolith stationed on both of the banks in Chenyu and Vale, but a giant white snake and a giant carp who were her subordinates disobeyed her orders. The giant white snake held... She threw... I didn't click it. She threw the jade she wore there. The jades pinned the river down, and ever since we have no more floods and everyone can live. Okay, I can't read this. You might understand a lot, kiddo, but you haven't seen much. Take a closer look. There aren't many crossed by the river. See, after it was pinned down by the jades, it was true that the river hasn't flooded, but that's also meant I haven't been able to provide irrigation for the crops of what was once a wide, gently flowing river is today a narrow, rapidly flowing torrent instead. What the fuck, bro? I wish I could actually read this. Such a river leaves no sustenance for the earth on its banks, and of course that also means no people living peaceful lives on both its sides. Paimon gets it now, but did you just say that the Adepti were resisting the Lord of Gia, Little Mal? That's how it was. All that time ago, some people believed that the first Lord of all Liyue was Rex Lapis, but in Chenyu Vale, we believed that before he came, there were other gods and Adepti who protected our ancestors. I've heard Grandpa Lou say that the tea ceremony is actually for the carp that supplanted our first tea tree. But aren't those Adepti meant to be the baddies they were serving under a baddie god after all? In some stories, they're the baddies, while in others, they're the goodies. But it was all such a long, long time ago, even the grown-ups don't remember much, so they always try to blur for me. Talking about that friend of yours again, how can such a supernatural being be held to our simple codes of rights and wrong? As far as we're concerned, all the forces that ever blessed and protected this land deserve our offerings. I really wish I could click this at my own pace. There you go again, man. Alright then, time to get off. We're here. I hope so, because I am tired of this autoplay that I have no control over. Fuck that shit, bro. That actually pissed me off. As the river bleeds... I guess I just don't get to read. I'm not even gonna try and read that, bro. Why put dialogue there if it is so fast that it goes by that you have no time to read it? I just don't get that. They need to change that shit, bro. Small little thing. Easy fix. Just fix it. Let me read. Shit. Really hope this is an autoplay without my control over it. Autoplay's off. If you autoplay, I'm gonna be pissed. You're gonna let me read it? Okay, good. Fucking pissed me off for a minute there. Well, here's the Jade Mouth, but how are we gonna find all the jade underwater? So that's how it is. The spring cries ripple through the vales, the shrines depart from northeast shores. Thank you. Okay. The heights and shallows in the southwest hide. Sun and earth from each other divide. The eternal whirlpool that never churns. The beautiful jade concealed within. What's that little mouse singing about? It sounds pretty complicated. It's one of our local folk songs. I heard an old granny singing it as she was gathering herbs. It means if you look out from the center of the river to the banks on either side, you'll see two stone shrines hidden to the northeast and the southwest. These shrines keep the mighty whirlpool in the center suppressed. Paimon understood the last bit, so the jade is all hidden beneath the whirlpool. Yep, sounds like we're going treasure hunting. Hooray! But the area between the northeast and southwest is so huge. After all, in a broad sense, the northeast and southwest of Jade Mouth can include pretty much the whole world. You're always thinking outside the box, Miss Paimon, but there's no need to worry. I already have an idea where the shrines will be because, well, my friend told me. Come on, let's roll. I have a question. What is your question? Does anyone else think a giant maelstrom suddenly appearing here might not be too great? Oh yeah, won't that mean that boats will no longer be able to sail in and out of Yelong Wharf? Don't worry about that. My friend told me that once we've done what we need to beneath the whirlpool would disappear completely. Otherwise, all the old bitmen carry on carrying a living. Wow, so it's not just a smart whirlpool, but a considerate one to boot. Let's get going then.
This moment will be frozen in time. Don't waste your luck. Freeze!
Look alive! Ha! Buckle up! Hi! You're dead meat! Look alive!
Cool it. Freeze!
Holy shit, bro.
I could make a tidy sum selling some of this.
You do a lot of damage, Yoshi.
Let's get it on! Look alive! Ha!
How do I do this? Oh. Okay, I'm getting it now. That's pretty cool. I like that.
I could make a tidy sum selling some of this.
Oh, let me get that waypoint. There's a waypoint up there. The OST is beautiful, bro. It is a very pretty nation. Quite stunning. Gorgeous, even. Huh, we haven't seen the whirlpool from the song yet. What should we do next? How about giving that adeptal energy of yours a try? Whoa! That's lit. That was beautiful. Yeah, I don't play on controller anymore. Since I got back into WoW.
I could make a tidy sum selling some of this.
Whoa. Cunnilingus and Paimon, we meet again, and who might this be? In my presence, right before my eyes. Oh, you haven't met before. This is Little Mao. He's helped us so much along the way. No, we haven't met before, but you must be a good child, Little Mao. Hello, and yes, that's me. God damn, Arlecchino, you trying to kill somebody. Holy shit. She wanted blood. Hello, and yes, that's me. Miss, are you an Adeptus? You are, aren't you? This is an Adeptus fusion. Hee hee. Thanks for all the help you've given Cunnilingus and Paimon, Little Mao. It really is the legendary fusion in the flesh, and I can't believe this. Whoa. She chilling with the Adeptus, bruh. She said pull up with gang on fleek. This is pretty funny. Not gonna lie. It's pretty funny. It really is the legendary fusion in the flesh. I can't believe this. I've heard so many stories about you, and now I know that you're not some kind of big, slippery carp, but a lady instead, like a big sister. Big carp? Honestly, what kind of stories have you been listening to, Little Mal? One is indeed an Adeptus, and as such can take forms as one pleases. This particular form seemed like the most approachable one for conversing with few humans. From what you have said, you have a very unique scent. Little Mal, have you met someone in the mountains before? Someone with golden eyes and a fair complexion, perhaps? Not exactly. Big Sis Fusion, you're not talking about one of your other friends, are you? My friend from the mountains doesn't sparkle like you do, but she's also really cool. She's helped me tons and taught me loads. So it was her after all. So your friend was an Adeptus Fusion after all, huh? But Big Sis Fusion's my friend too now, isn't she? Of course, Little Mal. I am delighted to have made friends with you. Arlecchino looks like she's about to cut her out of her life. Little Mal's met other Adepti? As for whether Little Mal's friends counts as an Adeptus or not, I'm not quite sure myself. After all, Adeptus is merely a title, and it's hard to say whether Adepti are even people. The word Adeptus is just like any other word, such as hero, villain, or idiot. No one is born an Adeptus, and no one shall remain an Adeptus forever. This game's hilarious, bro. Oh, she's glitching. She's glitching. She's glitching out of the system. Arlecchino took the red pill, not the blue pill. That's true. So you met that friend of Little Mal's that we were talking about, right? Indeed, but it's been a long, long time since I last saw her, so now I suspect that I don't know her half as well as Little Mal does. I'm not even sure if I still count her as her friend. According to what Little Mal said, his friend wants to restore nature. His friend wants to be part of nature. Or his friend is nature, maybe. What if it's just nature? What if it's Gaia? I would imagine so. Anyway, I must ask you all to please take this piece of votive rain jade. I had originally hoped it might remain here, the same as it ever was, but I never expected it to grow quite so large. I used to love it so. This rain jade that you just mentioned, did it rain down or make it rain or something? Hehe, of course not. After the great changes in our own geology, the ancestors of the people of Chenyu and Vale, lost their ability to communicate with the heavens and lost the guidance of emissaries whose beauty was pure as moonlight. Henceforth they began to take their jade, which glowed as gently as the light of the moon, and cast it into the river. As they did this, they would pray for good omens, for fertile land, for clement weather, and for the riverbanks to hold strong. Over time, these rituals grew in power until one day... This is Fujin. What happened next? What happened on that day? One day, the Lord war began. The gods who would reign over this world began. Afterwards, this tradition all lost all its meaning, but though it was forgotten, its name is still passed down over generations. But to cut a long story short, this piece of votive rain jade before us was the very last one ever to be found. Just as the part above the surface, when commanded by an adeptal art, can be made large enough to stop a flood, its core too has been swollen by uncontrollable adeptal energy. Much of its power is dissipated into the surrounding area through the spirit veins. This power may also have affected the nearby flora and fauna, attracting and even making aberrations of them. You must be careful. She sounded like a PTA for like what prescriptions do to you. Side effects may include harm to dissociation, maybe include schizophrenia, may include lung collapse, also may include bone bruising, all that shit. As far as I can tell, the adeptal energy that is dissipated nearby should be sufficient to reawaken the hibernating votive rain jade. If this is the case, we're one step closer to achieving our goal of nursing the water and soil back to health. How should I say this? Cunnilingus and Paimon, thank you both. You're doing an amazing thing by choosing to help me. You know, and Little Mal, will you help me too? Will you help out you big sis? Of course, I want to restore nature too. Is that so? Well, that's good. You're very smart, Little Mal. You'll understand everything later. Alright, then let go our separate ways for now. Once you've retrieved the adaptable energy-filled votive rain jade, we'll meet again by a deep pool surrounded in cloud mist to the south. South? Oh, got it. She's gone and disappeared again. Well, let's just do what Big Sis Fujin said and restore this voting rain jade power. Speaking of which, what's it got to do with voting? See, you're not that much brighter than Paimon. It's votive. Oh, right. So complicated. Though, since you mentioned it, what does votive even mean? Why is it called rain jade again? Exactly. What does it even mean? Is this one of them right here? I'm assuming this is what they're talking about. Whoa. It's like a boss fight. Okay.
Quite the find. What's the hurry?
Oh, I see. And then we just keep following it and fight other bosses. Where's the next one? This way?
Freeze!
You asked for it. Let's get it on. Hi.
I'm so used to the fontaine water, I just jumped in trying to dive.
Hold the line.
Whoa! We can go down there now. That's cool.
Catch the wind.
Buckle up. Buzz off. Let's get it on.
I call dibs.
Okay, one more.
Yeah. Buckle up. Hi.
Oh shit, it moved. Whoa, brother. Whoa. Why it moved though? It moved, brother. It moved. Moved on me. Oh, it seems like the jade's starting to move. That's right, but according to the story, the riverbed should have lots of other votive rain jades. Why does Bix's fusion only want this one? Look, it's shiny, almost as if it's resonating with the adeptal energy on you. Cunnilingus, why don't we try using that power, eh? Whoa, he flexed on him. He said, "Here my fucking power, bitch." That should do it. Oh wow, awesome. It suddenly became small. Yeah, Paimon didn't think it would just change size like that. Yeah, I guess that's a millennia-old treasure for you. It's just like you said, little Mal. They could be as tall as the clouds or small enough to hide amidst pool and leaf. Yeah, well, it looks like devoted rain jades in our hands now. You're so reliable, Cunnilingus. Hey, Paimon worked hard too. Yeah, Miss Paimon's amazing too. You're so amazing you take us to that deep pool shrouded in cloud and mist to the south now, right? Clouds and mist, huh? I think Chenyu Vale really does have places like that. But where? Tell us, little guide, and Paimon will take you there. Do you remember the place Mountain mentioned, the spot where we met? That place is super foggy, and I know of a secret cavern that leads there. Even the other locals don't know about it. It was my friend who showed me the way, and since you're my friend too, Paimon, I'll tell you all about it. Your friend in the mountains, are they connected to Adeptus Fusion? She's told me lots of stories, and quite a few of them were about Big Sis Fusion. Well, any friend of yours is a friend of ours too. In fact, Paimon hopes you'll meet her on the way. Shall we go? Paimon's gonna take you all to the place you mentioned, little Mal. Take us away, Miss Paimon. Alrighty then, let's go. More Primo.
Well, how about that?
Cool puzzle. Cunnilingus, Paimon. Eek, Mal, look out behind you. Oh, fuck. That's a huge monster. No, she's my friend. Didn't I tell you before that I had a lot of friends? I just happened to meet her, so I got a hold of her to introduce you. Well, hello there, majestic creature. I'm Cunnilingus, and this is Paimon. She's afraid of strangers. I usually call her Bluey, because I don't really know her name. Oh, don't you worry about that. Cunnilingus and Paimon are great people. They've been accompanying me on my adventures. They're really experts in the mountains and forests, too. I know, I've seen. Answer me this one thing. Where did you gain the power to suppress nature? Suppress nature? What do you mean? Plants pursue the sunlight and fertile soil, creating fruit fit for the birds and beasts to consume. The digested seeds are scattered, and those which consume seed and fruit become bait for predators. Thus does everything return to the land. The snake hidden in the branches, the fish in the mountains, and the beasts of the forest. Traveling in the realm of nature is wonderful, so why have you come? Come on, Bluey, you don't have to be so fierce. You raised 2 questions. My adeptal energy comes from Adeptus Fusion. And we need to help her rejuvenate the water and soil of Chenyu Vale. Exactly. Something's off about Chenyu Vale's natural conditions, so Adeptus Fusions enlisted our help if we don't. Well, the tea leaves in Koyon village are gonna turn out worse and worse, and the village itself might decline. That's why she wanted us to perform the Rain Jade Rite, which will restore the area. The Rain Jade Rite, I see. You have answered 2 of my questions. You may have asked me 2 also. Why do we have to do that? Give and take, it is only natural. You have one more question. Wait, that one counted? Oh, whatever. You ask Cunnilingus. Do you know Adeptus Fusion? Yes, I do know Fusion. Basically, Adeptus Fusion has asked us to help nurse the soil and water in Chenyu Vale so that the tea leaves in Koyon village will recover their original flavor. The new tea leaves taste better, more like before. More like, whoa, and just like that, she's gone. Holy shit. Don't worry about it, Paimon, she's like that. Sometimes when I'm not looking, she'll just vanish into the shadow of the trees. Then at others, the sun might dazzle me, or the birds might call overhead. And there she is. In any case, guess we're all friends now. Nice. Yeah, your friend's pretty strange, little Mal. Is she? Well, for all you know, you're the ones who might seem strange to others. I mean, not only can you use adeptal energy to make the mods disappear, but you can make the golden stone thing appear and vanish, and even turn into a carp and fly around like in the stories. You got a point. We're kind of an adeptus. That said, Paimon wouldn't have imagined that the friend you always spoke about was, well, monster seems a bit rude, and thing might be pretty offensive. That's right, your friend's so blue, no wonder you call her Bluey. God damn, Paimon. That's why I never told anyone. If the adults knew that we were friends, they might lock me up. Wait, really? You go to actual prison? No, not like that. They just wouldn't let me go out, make me wash my face, and force me to read my books. I wouldn't get to play in the mountains anymore. And that's why I never told anyone. But you're my friends, so it's fine. Anyway, come with me. There's an awesome place I'd love to show you. Let's check out this awesome place he's hyping up so much about.
Dodge this. This moment will be frozen.
Witness my
Free.
Lake Bear.
They're dead meat!
I could make a tidy sum selling some of this.
Hi! Look alive!
Dodge this.
Rebuild!
So sorry.
Oh, teleport to the tree thing?
Let's get it on! Hi! Gloves off!
Freeze.
Look alive! You asked for it!
Cool. Don't get frostbite.
Oh, I see. My bad.
Well, how about that?
Okay, you're awesome, Cunnilingus. You pushed the moss back just like that. You did with that smoke cloud, just like that. Still, that wasn't there yesterday. Is this what they call nature? Don't worry about it. Moss are hilly trails. Just leave them all to Cunnilingus. Little Mal, what's this picture about? Oh, originally, I didn't know either, but I figured it out today after hearing Big Sis Fusion's story. This must be the stuff that happened before the mural on Mount Lingmen was made. I see this? Long ago, people were able to talk to the gods and the Death Die in the skies by talking to that big piece of jade in the middle. The emissary of the gods would lead them and protect them. See, that's gotta be the shiny golden person standing in the middle. I bet that was a super amazing person. But later, just like Big Sis Fusion said, something changed and the people of Chenyu and Vale lost their goading emissary, and they wouldn't talk to the heavens any longer. That's how the Rain Jade Rite came about. Huh, your story doesn't make sense. Or it does make sense. Thanks. What do you think, Cunnilingus? You're a pretty bright spark, little Mal. Hee hee. Come to think of it, our ancestors were pretty amazing themselves, huh? The jades they left to us still have the power to restore nature. For something this old to still be so strong, the past must have been a sweller time than the present, huh? That's not true. The world marches onward. Come to leaving the accumulated what is that word? Detritus. Okay. Of the past in its wake. I figured it out. Detritus. That's really a cool thought. I never thought about it that way. Paimon thinks that you're an amazing one, little Mal. We've seen lots of ancient objects, puzzles, mysterious powers, and monsters in our own time, but Paimon's never considered this stuff before. Oh, you know what? Not thinking about this stuff at all is pretty awesome too. Really? I bet you'll be just like my big sister when you grow up, just having fun adventuring everywhere. Oh, you have a big sister then? Well, we're not blood related, but she worked here in Chenyu and Vale for a while. She'd go up to mountains and run around the rivers, and I'd follow her. She discovered this little cave together. She said that this cave is my Rubicon. Not that I know what that means. I wonder where she's off adventuring nowadays. Hey, no worries, Yoshi. Can't wait to talk to you again soon. Thank you for playing with me for a bit, bro. I'll be playing Genshin more. I can't wait to receive my next letter from her. Yeah, this big sis of yours sure seems like an interesting person. I know, right? Still, Big Sis Fusion needs our help, so let's continue on. Oh, there you all were. Oh, I was so worried. Wow, golden carp. One was quite concerned that the swirling miasmas and fierce beasts. So have a great rest of your streaming day. Oh, you too, Yoshi. I hope you have a good day, man. Might have caused you ill, but one sees that it is not so, and that is good. Thanks to the adeptal energy you possess, Cunnilingus, one has been connected to the golden carp here, thus gaining the means to speak with you directly. Cunnilingus, Paimon, little Mal, please come with me.
Let's get it on!
Dodge this!
You're dead meat!
Oh, this is that region. So we're about to clear the map. Much time has passed since I last emerged here. This was once a lively place, filled with the aroma of incense. Then the three of us would travel freely across the mountains and rivers. Yes, those days were like flowing water beneath the moon, dark yet sparkling oh so brightly. Ah, but enough reminiscing now. Thanks to you all, I am now able to return here and host the Rain Jade Rite. And so you're not that person in the mural? Oh, I get it now. That person standing on the mountain, hugging that egg. That was you, wasn't it? Ah, an egg. Come now, little mouth. That was precious jade. Casting rain jade is a ritual of great power. The votive rain jade can calm rivers, improve the weather, but it can also be a thing of death and slaughter. Only the thinnest line separates curses and the adeptal energies that have aided you up till now. This is why I must make sure that the rite does not fall into the hands of those who would do ill. That's why... Yes, that is correct. One was indeed the figure who hugged that egg in the mural. I see. Big Sis Fusion, doesn't this make you pretty, ancient? Yes, it does. Still, I do like the name Big Sis. It does quite make me feel young. Well, being called Adeptus is pretty alright too. Well, certainly. Though even if others title me as such, I am aware that I am hardly the equal of true Adepti like Mountain Shaper and the rest. I am in truth the weakest of my band of friends, and I cannot make medicines to save others, nor can I bound across the mountains and plains, even so I could not simply lay the title down. You could have done the people of Chenyu and Vale a disservice, I fear. Still, you may call me whatever you wish. After all, we have become friends, or so I should say. In any case, my days of being called an Adeptus are now consigned to history, just like the place has been. Once the Rain Jade Rite was a day of great celebration where we would commemorate the year of abundance using laughter, firecracker battles, and beast dances to frighten the ill omens away. This must appear like naught but forgotten ruins to the modern mind. Well, not completely forgotten. That's right, people in Koyon village told us that it was the mighty Adeptus Fusion who defeated the demons and planted the first tea tree. Back on the bamboo raft, Grandpa Liu also mentioned that the offerings of tea were to a certain carp Adeptus. And wasn't there that opera sung at Yilong Wharf about the carp going around killing stuff? You were so awesome in those stories, Big Sis Fusion. Also, people still do the Wushong dance, you know. Said it yourself, the definition of an Adeptus is... Also, putting definitions aside, you're our friend, Fusion. You shouldn't be constantly fretting about the right and stuff. You should live happily like we're companions on an adventure. That's right, we're on an adventure together. Right, yes, you're right. Thank you. That was well said. Indeed, I was the one who asked you all for help. It wouldn't do at all if I was just continue wallowing in the past. Now would it? In any case, I need your help to prepare for the rite itself. In any case, have you encountered any sacred simulacra in your adventures? Those ritual spirits often used by people in ancient times to protect their homes? There should be some nearby. Cunnilingus, Paimon, Little Mao, please help me put the simulacra in their proper places. That way we can restore the spirit veins using the Rain Jade Rite. Leave it to us. I will. I have faith in you. Nice. The sacred simulacra are all ready. Thank you both. The votive rain jade has been returned to its priest, and the statues have come back to their rightful places. The rain jade rite is now ready to be performed. But will Chenyu Vale really recover once he casts a rain jade in? That's right, things will get better for us, little Mal. Nature, jade, humans, all is divinely dictated. The changes in the land and water in Chenyu Vale, the malicious fog in the spirit veins, they're all essentially a sign of the earth moving against the flow of the time. Yeah, so that miasma-like thing is a manifestation of environmental disorder. That's right, you can think of it like Chenyu Vale's attempt to, how to put it, return to nature. And what we intend to do here is to treat the land and soil and rid it of this sickness. Return to nature? After all, before humans left their caves and mountains to dominate the world and regulate nature, before Chenyu Vale or Bituid River got those names, the land, mountains, and rivers had their own order. Even I sometimes miss the cool mountain streams of the great rivers that would ebb and flow with the seasons. I mean, I was once a mere fish that would swim. Without swimming. But if we let nature seize control of its order once more, the people of Chenyu Vale will suffer and languish. I hope you can understand. Yeah, in that case. That thing in the fog just now. Seems I'm too feeble in my current state. We got the votive rain jade and we placed the simulacra, but it still wasn't enough. I'm very sorry, it is not your fault. I need more power to overcome this trial. Just as the adeptal energy in the votive rain jade has dissipated into the spirit vein, so has my power also left me across the long years. Will you grow really big just like the jade? Probably not. Just think about it though. Super Adeptus Fusion, now 3 times the size. Well, is there any way we can restore your power? The golden carp. Cunnilingus, you're wise indeed. Before you found a few golden carp, I could not even muster strength to appear. Initially, I thought that was just one needed to gather all the ritual implements, and that would make up for the deficiency in my power. I was not entirely open with you before, but neither the present nor the past me was anywhere near a match for the Adepti of the South. I feared you would consider me weak and unworthy of your help. Gee, is that it? Paimon thought you would have something more important to say. Hey, there's no way we abandon or not make friends with you just because of that. That you are my friend has nothing to do with your status or as an Adeptus. My friend told me lots of stories about you. In my mind, even though we just met, we are already friends, and I also want you to be happy, Big Sis. Alright, thank you all of you. Well, that's more like it. So where should we start looking for these golden carp? I believe that you'll still have to go to Yodi Valley. There will be a cavern there with a golden carp hidden within. We'll put a stop to it right there on the story quest. I'll do more of that later on.
My people are used to the desert life, but still, I hope that one day
Guys,
they'll be able to find an
off.
oasis of their own.
Serious
and
shit,
leave
dude.
sandstorms behind for a better life.
Fuck off. Thank you. No enemies? Thank God. Annoying.